I'm Sean. This
Tylene.
is my beautiful, amazing wife, Tylene. We've been doing conversations like this for about 25 years now. Uh, Started out primarily in gut health and teaching people how to really just take their health more into their own hands, live a healthier lifestyle. What would it be like if people could go back to feeling 100%? A lot of people have not done that. They struggle with that. Are you playing around there? Okay, you're scaring me because
Well, because I'm too ADHD
no, no
watching you.
ADHD.
So can you make us just
No,
so that's all I
I
say?
can't. Go get some Addy, man. I gotta let people in. All right. She's just stay
Oh my
focused.
gosh. I see all of you at the same
All right,
time. So
okay.
it's like so distracting for my brain.
It's okay. It's okay.
See, I see
That's right.
Toby.
Toby, quit
Wait,
messing with her.
I see Janet pop
All
on.
right, no romper room. All right.
Matt's
All
waving.
right, here we go. I'm gonna start again.
Matt looks like he's a
Can I
wizard
start
right
again?
now. Okay, yes.
I can start again. We got some people on here. They don't know us. They're just like, who the frick are these people and what are they talking about? Okay, here we go. So last 25 years doing this, not weird like, well, I guess we've been weird, but really helping everyday people like us. We've worked with whatever, 1,000+ doctors, health professionals, professional sports teams, athletes, blah, 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 all those things. Tonight is our perspective. This is not meant to cure. What else we gotta say?
Diagnose
Diagnose,
any of the other
treat,
things. Talk to
treat,
your doctor.
whatever. Go talk to somebody who supposedly is allowed to say things,
Right.
right?
I think
Okay.
only MDs.
All right. So, anyways, with all that being said, we really want to help you remember some things. If you're new, we want you to learn some things, and then everyone's going to learn some things about what's been going on with a couple things we've been doing, which is super super cool,
Yes.
right? So I think we should start. We teach food. We're not going to teach food tonight. Obviously, we won't get into that. There's all kinds of man with AI now. There's so much you can just have at your fingertips to learn if you're looking for answers on certain things. There's a lot out there and you can gather info quick. We've always taught food, health, nutrition, whatever, nutrients, nutrient dense foods, more fresh and living food, making sure you get some of that. Everyone's goals are a little bit different. We don't even think we meet our goals lately.
For food?
We used to try to eat 80% fresh and living
Well,
food.
we've been doing a lot of the drops for salmon
Well,
drops.
yeah,
So
we'll get to that.
yeah, so that's
The salmon,
probably why we're not eating
the salmon,
very much.
salmon drops. That's a whole nother conversation. But let's go back to where it all began. Let's start
Yeah,
talking
I was
about.
really vibing on starting back at the beginning because I think we have a lot of new people that have no idea who we are, what we're doing, what we talk about, but we've been teaching the same thing with a little bit of nuances along the way with something fun like the salmon drops we're talking about, the graviola soursop drops we'll talk about at the end. So we're always adding new and like the latest, greatest, but our principles don't change. So, like with those two things I just mentioned, they're food based. And so I just wanted to go back to how we started, why we started. And it really is to keep things from nature because nature is what's healing and it has all the components in it. And when you send something in the medical field, they isolate. That's what they're really good at is finding something that was originally from nature, like white willow bark for aspirin or something like that. And then they'll extract just that thing they want to use. And then sometimes they find out that can even become toxic. And the whole plant was much safer because it has some of its own natural buffers. And it also works synergistically. If you were around when Sean was doing a lot of the trainings on hemp, it had all the alphabet. Well, the things we work with, they're all like that. We try to make sure it has all the components, all the chemical compounds, all the phytonutrients that make something work. But one of my favorite things is when you're eating, we want to make sure you're breaking down that food and absorbing it. So my number one favorite product is an enzyme product, which is not really a food, it's a protein.
You're really going back to the basics.
I'm going back way back to the beginning.
Right on.
So right back. Yes, flow. That is the key. We have a
So,
new label now though. Pretty with a little digestive track. Nice, light, pretty.
so I want to let me just slow the roll for a second. So this whole thing started for Ty and I when we met 25+ years ago, And I was already researching, you know, trying to figure things out because I'd lost my mom to colon cancer and I didn't understand why at 63. Now I know, but I didn't at the time. And when I met Tylene, she started teaching me about plant enzymes and stabilized probiotics and whole food and raw food and these different things. And the other thing that really changed my life was she was able to knock out my own story. So my arthritis in my hands that was really bothering me for about a year and a half, in my early 30s, whatever it was, and going to specialists in Arizona, Scottsdale, Phoenix, and no one having an answer. And one doctor said I needed surgery. I had nerve damage or something in my forearms, some nonsense. And I'm not a huge fan of surgery. My senior year in high school, my one of my sisters went in for a routine surgery. She was an athlete and the doc happened to give her the wrong anesthesia, put her into a coma, and she passed 2 days later. And so surgery wasn't really my thing. It wasn't an option. And I'm not into drugs either. And so when I say drugs, not like cocaine or heroin,
No, that's hardcore.
that's some serious drugs. But I think
They,
pharmaceuticals,
right,
yeah,
opioids, all of that
yeah.
is
So
might as well be the same.
I didn't want to get medicated. And so, one of the things I'm grateful for I haven't ever used those things. And so Tylene comes along and teaches me about enzymes. And I meet with her, and she was teaching doctors at the time, and she was teaching professional athletes, working locally with the Phoenix Suns, some of those players and coaches. And I'm like, what do I got to lose? She was kind of cute. So I went and saw her, but anyhow,
That was a gazillion years ago.
oh my God, 4 or 5 days later, my hands they were cool. They were good. I had no pain in my hands. I called her and said, I don't understand who you are. You're not a doctor. You teach doctors, whatever. I don't really care. Is the pain going to come back in my hands? Yes or no? Because the pain had gotten really bad. I was a head high school football coach at the time. I got to that point. I couldn't work out. I couldn't throw the ball around with guys. It was painful, man. It was really frustrating me. And so when I went back to see her, everything just changed. She educated me a little bit more, and I think the light just went off. The first time it was blind trust, because maybe like some of you, I was just like, "What? My parents didn't take enzymes. My grandparents didn't. Well, what are you even talking about?" And so, but the light went off. The more she was teaching and sharing with me, it made more and more sense. And so here I am, 25 years later, with my hands feeling amazing. Now I haven't stopped taking.
Playing pickleball for
Yeah,
multiple hours.
but I haven't stopped taking enzymes, and I haven't stopped taking proteolytic enzymes, our proteotype product. And so people need to understand if they looked at supplementation, and most are not very good, I get it. When you find a good supplement, if you will treat that as if you were taking a prescription medication where you don't miss, your world will change. Your body has the tools to do things to help it get back to where it was or where it wants to be. So be patient when going through what we're talking about. It is not all about supplementation. It's a big part of it. It is about food. It is about movement. It is about our mind. It is about all these things that collectively really take us to a whole nother place. So
It's definitely about supplements. If you're not very disciplined with your eating, you're going to
yeah,
need way more supplements.
yeah,
But also, it has to do with what you did in life. Sean was an aggressive athlete when he was younger. So he tortured his body a bit. He ate a lot of protein. So he had developed a lot of uric acid crystals in his system. And I see that a lot with a lot of athletes. What I was doing at the time was something called microscopy, and you look at someone's blood while it's alive under a microscope, and you can see different things in it. And it's kind of a gray area tool because people can misuse it. So if you look it up online, you'll see some bad things about it, you'll see some good things about it. But the bad things are because people misuse that tool. But that tool is a window into your whole future. I was able to see things many, many, many years before anybody would actually develop that specific disease. And disease starts in the gut for sure. That's where it starts. And then your intestinal tract will get is how it's supposed to deliver nutrients, but the nutrients are supposed to be completely processed. There'll be tiny little holes that start developing in the intestinal tract. And then that food seeps through into your bloodstream. And so when I was looking at someone's blood, if I saw something in there, I already knew people had leaky gut at young ages. But I would say the most prevalent
Give me some.
age was literally from age 25 on, which is shocking. But 25 is when they'd start noticing little bits of issues. By 30, the issues had progressed. And then, so you think of every decade that you've let something kind of slide, like, oh, I guess I just have bad breath, or, oh, I guess I just, have, a bloated stomach, or, I guess my hair is just naturally thin. So all these little things that you think, oh, maybe it's just, I'm born that way. Those are signs. They're usually signs, little signs along the way in your life that's letting you know either you're not processing something or you're taking in something toxic and not getting rid of it, maybe a heavy metal of some sort. Could be fungal, bacteria. There's a lot of different things it could be. But one thing that people do that they can fix really quickly is they eat every single day. They eat 3 times a day, 365 days a year, on top of snacking or drinking heated processed foods, let alone if they're doing alcohol or smoking or have a really stressful job. So you have all of these things kind of bombarding you, but for sure, the eating, we're all going to eat. Even if you fast, you know, at some point you're going to eat. So the question is, when you're eating, are you breaking that food all the way down to its most usable form so it doesn't wreak havoc in the body later? Because, so in Sean's case, what I would see in the bloodstream was uric acid crystals. They look like these bright little logs that go in the blood. And the uric acid, so picture when your blood is a river, and I used to teach people this all the time. So you want it flowing and moving, or it becomes stagnant, and stagnant things are not good. And so some of the things that can create high blood pressure is uric acid, these logs that can sit in front of where something's supposed to be traveling. And a lot of the bad stuff likes to stay together. Platelet aggregation, sticky blood, extra chylous material, which is excess fats. Your fats should be processed out of your blood within 4 hours. So if I had somebody fast and I did their blood work in the morning and I still saw that material, that those fats floating through the bloodstream after they had all night to digest it, clearly their gallbladder was overtaxed, their liver was overtaxed, and they weren't processing their fats. Their pancreas wasn't secreting enough lipase enzymes. So it was a combination. So what's going to happen? They're going to gain weight. They could have cholesterol issues. I could also see cholesterol crystals in the blood. So the reason I'm wanting you guys to understand this is I can't sit there and do your blood work, but I want you to understand how compelling it was when I would work with an athlete or someone for them to see their blood. So I would look at it on the microscope, and the microscope was hooked up to a TV. So they could see what I was looking at. I could point out and say, that is a uric acid crystal. That is a cholesterol crystal. That is platelet aggregation. That is too many white blood cells. I could see something called phagocytosis, where the cells would actually engulf bacteria and toxins and things that shouldn't be in the bloodstream. And so I could see your white blood cells overworking with a histamine effect as well. I could almost tell when somebody ate white flour because their body looked like they had been poisoned. They'd have a lot of white blood cells. And so it's a window into what's going on with you, but it also made people realize every single bite of whatever it is or what they're drinking that they put in their mouth is going to affect the gut, and it's going to affect your blood, and it will create disease if you are not breaking it all the way down, which is, I got a little passionate there because I hadn't talked to anybody about that stuff in many, many, many years. And I don't do microscopy anymore, haven't done it in forever and ever and ever. If you want that done, I have a really good friend who has my microscopes. His name's Jim Gregory. He may even be on here tonight. He does it once in a while in Arizona. So if you do need that, I've had a few people on here that have flown in and spent some time with Jim. He's amazing. He does what I used to do. So
Do it at retreats sometimes as well.
yeah, I try
And
to
it's
stay away from it. It's very time consuming.
and it's really not about don't get the wrong idea. It's not about being perfect. We're not perfect. It's not about eating perfect.
No, as I'm licking my fingers from the pudding, I'm getting ready to demo for you.
So, but it's just it all kind of goes together. And the most frustrating thing with all of this, I always say this is it's so simple. We just didn't know, right? Most of us don't know anyone doesn't know what they don't know until
Yep.
they
You
know.
don't know what you
And
don't.
so it goes back to super common sense things in a lot of ways. But you just need to know that information. And so this is a little demonstration
I'm gonna
that
let you see. It's just a little pudding. You can use any kind you want. I've got my little clear glass.
this is a little demonstration that we do to show, we've talked about fresh and living food. I had my apple right here. I don't have it. Um,
You eat it.
it was raw. I love my apples. You know, so there's enzyme activity in these fresh foods, right? And when you cook the food, you kill it. So my apple may have it, right? If I bite that apple, the air hits it. Um, what happens? It starts to turn brown, right? Kind of oxidizes. So if your apple, by the way, isn't turning brown, you need a new apple, right? You want a real apple. You don't want to radiate, just they just do some weird crap at them, man. They're just so red and shiny
These are good
and,
ones.
and fake.
Those are
But anyway,
organic.
so it's super important. The other thing that besides my hands and my arthritis that went away within that same first 4 and 5 days, it only took a week, you guys, 4 or 5 days, was my acid reflux and my indigestion. And the other thing that was super cool, because I didn't change my food during that week. So my hands pain went away, had no acid reflux, I had no indigestion, and I could start seeing my abs again, which was super cool, I thought. And so all these things, it's about absorbing your nutrients, breaking them down, getting everything you can out of the food you eat and passing out of the body. Like in my mom's case, she wasn't passing her food, right? It was becoming toxic in her body, and because she was constipated, she wasn't eliminating enough. Youngest of 8 kids right here. I thought she was hiding from us in the bathroom, because she'd be in there for hours. I'm like, man, dude, mom's taking a time out, but really, she freaking couldn't go to the bathroom. And so you got to be pooping. We do poop talks, right? But let's just really talk about the basic, simplistic thing right now on breaking down and digesting your food. So I don't eat food without this.
So
And it's
I
been
just want
a
you
long
to
time.
see everything we're doing. So I don't know if you can see this, but capsule, that's what they look like. They're little veggie caps. They're small enough for kids to take. And
Many.
this is the pudding. Here, I'll let you do this because I don't have enough hands. So this is the pudding. I just want you to see like it's pudding. So not coming out.
Well, stir
And
it,
then
stir it a little bit, and just show it's still going to be
yeah,
clumpy. And
it's like real thick. It's pudding. So you can kind of get an idea. So
it's
add it
just an
to it.
example of cooked and
Yeah.
processed food. So
One,
I'm gonna just open one of these little
so you can see.
little enzyme capsules. Veggie capsules is just a little
Okay.
keeping the
Then
nutrients in
stir it.
there, those enzymes. So when you're doing that,
I'm just gonna be stirring it.
and we do this with other things as well, and there's been many people who started watching us create these videos 25 years ago or go speak in seminars or conferences, and a lot of people try to do this.
You can do it with a lot of
I
things.
think
We've
it's
had people
good.
do it with steak. We've had people do it with like mashed potatoes, all kinds of things.
Oatmeal,
Oatmeal.
yeah.
It's just this is really fast. It's a lot easier. I usually keep a bunch with me if I run into somebody that is asking me, what do I do? I'm like, let me show you what I've been doing forever. So I keep some on hand. And then you can just do this if you're sitting with somebody at a Starbucks, you're going to a meeting with someone and you want to show them, or you want to show a family member like at Thanksgiving. I mean, people are eating a ton of food at Thanksgiving, so I wanted to make sure people understood. Our whole family,
We've always
our
done
whole
that.
family knows all about it. Like everyone's like, hand me the enzymes, hand me the enzymes. So
They're always on the table.
it maybe takes, I don't even
Here,
know, like a minute.
let me
So
do
I just
that.
want you to see.
I don't want you to.
He's nervous because it's his computer.
Yeah,
He doesn't
man,
want
I'm
me to put it
jacking
on
up
his
my
computer.
laptop.
So I'm gonna just put the spoon down for a second. So I don't get it.
Can you guys see that? Hold on. Let
And
me click in
then
there.
bring the glass
Yeah,
over.
there you
Or
go.
you want to pour it?
No,
I'll
man.
hold the glass. Here, you do it. That way, if it spills, it's his fault.
Well, don't move the glass.
That's true.
All right, here we go. So hopefully you can see this. It didn't take very long.
No.
And by the way, that's just
You could literally drink this if you want. It would be like a pre-digested food now
ugh.
because it didn't just liquefy it. That's what I really want you guys to understand. It changed the structure of what's in here. So enzymes are substrate specific. They digest a specific thing. So the proteolytic enzymes in here, protein splitting, broke down the milk proteins in here. The fat enzyme called lipase is fat splitting. So it turned the fats in here into fatty acids. So the body can utilize it now for phospholipid layers to strengthen your red blood cell walls. That's what a phospholipid layer is for that. And then any of the carbs is going to be amylase. Amylase is going to break down the carbs. And in ours, we have enzymes for everything, maltase, invertase, different sugars that have to be processed. So you can digest a Thanksgiving meal with flow. It's super important for you to understand that. And then, so now you're getting all the nutrients out of what you're eating. Now, obviously, if you're eating something that's not very nutrient dense, doesn't have a lot to offer, it's going to break it down. So it's not going to be as toxic in the body, but it's not offering anything. It doesn't have much to give, doesn't have a lot of vitamins, minerals.
Probably the simplest way to think about it, at least for me, it was when Tylene had asked me if I knew anyone who was lactose intolerant 25 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, one of my daughters, and she says, well, she just ran out of lactase. I'm like, what? And she just ran out. She goes, yeah, her pancreas, she just doesn't have enough. And it's like the light went off for me when I'm like, okay. And she goes, she can't break her milk sugars down, so she's uncomfortable when she has dairy, and so that's when it really started making sense to me that a simple little thing like that. And this is the mystery. The mystery is even if all of us on here were born the same day, same time, it would be super cool because I'd be younger if we took an average. But we had different parents, different grandparents. We'd all have a different little bank account, a different amount of these enzymes. And so for me, obviously, at my young age, or when I was born, I should say at my young age, when I was born, I was probably didn't have a big bank account of protein splitting enzymes. And then trying to eat all this, being a protein monster, I really tapped them out. So by the time I was in my early 30s, I'm like, frick, I got arthritis. What the heck? That's not cool. And so, but that happens with people. And nowadays, more and more, it's happening younger and younger and younger. Little kids are being born so deficient because as a society, we're eating way too much cooked and processed food. The food's not as good. I don't need to get into all that with you. The
Well,
toxic chemicals,
it's the same
the
with
soil.
animals too.
Yeah, the animals get the same health issues, diseases, whatever that humans
Because
do.
they're eating kibble that's cooked and processed. They would not do that. A cat would go kill a mouse and eat it.
Kibble. When you say that, kibble.
Kibble. Well, it's all the dried stuff.
Old school.
That's what
I
it is.
think of
It's
that
kibble.
old school brand, Kibbles and Bits or something.
Someone mentioned that they wanted to hear what you had said about the dairy again. So lactase enzymes digest lactose. So like I was saying, enzymes are very substrate specific. They have a specific substrate that they are going to go against and unlock. So they're going to unlock the nutrients in whatever that specific substrate is. So in the case of eating, your macronutrients, macro meaning large, micro meaning small. So you have your macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. You need to be able to break those all the way down to the most usable form. So fats are going to be turned into fatty acids. All of your proteins are going to be broken down into amino acids. And now peptides are huge. We're going to talk about them in a minute. But if you're eating protein and you're breaking it all the way down, you're going to break it down into smaller molecules of peptides of amino acids. And all peptides is a chain of amino acids, a smaller chain.
Another example would be we work with a lot of these professional and collegiate athletes, high school athletes, whatever. Back in the day, we did a lot, right? We had entire sports teams, San Antonio Spurs, back-to-back NBA championship runs. We were the ones teaching them and they were using the products that we made. Things like that. San Jose Sharks, the NHL hockey team, we did their entire team. And obviously a lot of individual players all over the country from all these different sports. But here's the thing. We were able to teach and show them that by taking these digestive enzymes with their food, not telling them what to eat and how much. Their trainers knew it all, right? But we could lower their calorie intake and they would get more protein, even if it was a protein bar, a steak, a chicken breast, a protein shake. It didn't matter. So you're going to get more protein out of what you take. So if you're trying to eat a bunch of protein, take your friggin' enzymes with your protein because you're going to get more amino acids. And that's all your body cares about. Your body's not saying, oh, I'm looking for protein. It's looking for the amino acid. And that's what the enzymes do, will allow you to break that right down. And one of the things we've always done is we're very involved with sourcing our own ingredients. People have always said, how come you guys are, your products seem to really do what you guys say they're going to do. Well, that's because we don't just go to a manufacturing facility somewhere, and we have plenty of them, and say, here's our formula. Tylene likes to say recipe,
Yeah,
and make this.
secret recipe.
It's because then they're going to go pick their own ingredients. So we want to be involved in sourcing those ingredients. So that's so important. Just like, we always say, if you give me a recipe to bake something, not that I know how to bake, I can't. But even if I had all the recipes the same as yours, and I go just buy these random ingredients, it's not going to taste the same. Even if I knew how to bake, it's going to be different. And so the product's going to work different when it's sourced properly. So that's really, let's just kind of cut it there on the gut. Just
Yeah.
remember that whatever the percentage is, 80%, whatever it is, of your immune system lives in your gut. Remember that digestion basically takes precedence over everything in the human body when we're eating, right? The body kind of says, okay, signal to the brain is they're eating again. We need some help to break this food down. And that's a whole nother conversation with athletes, how we can help them get their bodies to heal itself quicker with more raw food, with more enzymes, because your body has these other enzymes that aren't for digestion, and they end up helping your body. You want to preserve your enzymes.
Just so you guys know the name of our products that are enzyme products, the product called Tylene, like Lean, not exactly like my name. So it has a lot of lipase in it. So when I said lipase breaks down fats, that's going to have more than Flo would have in it. So Flo is going to help you break down that meal. But if you're specifically targeting cholesterol, excess fats, gallbladder, anything like that, you want to make sure you're taking the Tylene product. And then anything like what Sean was describing with the excess uric acid and things like that in the body, or inflammation, different
Bee stings,
yeah,
bites, allergies,
rogue proteins,
animal dander. Yeah.
anyone who's gotten vaccinated, like anything that could be a rogue protein or wreak havoc on the body,
Rogue
scar
protein.
scar tissue.
Love that.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years. So scar tissue, that's going to be proteo. That is the proteolytic enzymes, protein splitting. And then if you have other things going on where you have maybe some excess yeast in the body, things like that, you can also take Flo in between meals for the cellulase that's in there and some of the other, if you have sugar issues, to get more of those sugar enzymes, you can also take it in between meals to also clean the blood. But ideally, we take Flo with our meals right before at the beginning of your meal. And then you can, some people really need 2 capsules with each meal. But if you don't eat a lot, you're someone, hey, I don't eat a lot. I'm just maintaining my weight. I eat pretty good. I eat a lot of raw food. You would then take Flo with your largest meal of the day. So if you're eating just a banana for breakfast, you don't need Flo because you're eating a banana. The banana has the enzymes already present in it. So
Let's
living
make a
food
banana
has it.
cream pie.
Yeah, then you need 10 enzymes. Or if you put a bunch of cream in your coffee, you need enzymes with your coffee. In that case, if you have a black coffee, you don't need the enzymes.
Are you saying that to me?
No, I know you just like a lot of cream with a splash of
That's
coffee.
not true. That is completely false.
Hey, I do the same
Not
thing with my matcha green tea. So
You can't believe everything Tylene says, and that certainly is
it's
something you
everything.
cannot believe. Okay, so
Just about the gut, we could transition right into the peptide because it
okay,
goes
so let's
really well with the gut.
all right. So let me start out and talk a little bit about what's going on with this bioactive peptide. This is a big deal.
Yeah, Sean just did a talk with Italy this morning. Like
So
big.
so if you remember us when the hemp or the CBD space came out, and it was a very exciting time because we have patents on extraction for plants, for food, for flowers, for roots, for mushroom, whatever. We extract stuff. And so we've been doing that extraction now for, I don't even know, 14 years, whatever it's been. So here's the thing. That was a game changer because we were able to do something no one else on the planet could do on how they were extracting. Well, a much bigger market is what you guys are hearing about out there as peptides or GLP-1. So GLP-1 is everywhere. It's all over the world. All the countries are, it's just goofy, synthetic. injections, shots, not the fun shots. I don't mean that like
I don't
shots.
do shots.
I don't do shots, but
It goes in
not
front
those
of
kind of shots.
you.
Injections and the side effects are really starting to take place now. And we've always taught at what cost to the body. So here you have all these people. And by the way, I'm going to just really give you some basic education. It's not about losing weight. It is about losing fat. Okay? Well, here's the challenge. These GLP-1 products that are out there, people are losing fat. But did you know between the last statistic, and this is a little bit old, it's worse now, they're losing 25 up to 39% muscle. And you don't want that. And so I get it. You want to lose weight. I want you to lose weight, but really I want you to lose fat. We have the only GLP-1, GLP-2, GIP product with a patent on the extraction in Norway, and then we use our patents in the US to put it into the micro drops. Okay? So you're going to lose fat, but you're going to keep your lean muscle mass. That is a game changer. Okay? It completely changes the game. And it's way, way less expensive to use the peptide, right? The drops. And so
Yeah, people's faces look real
oh,
drawn because they're also losing their muscle in their face and also the water. So you want to stay hydrated. That's really, really important as you're going to reach for your water, as I'm saying. But true hydration comes from fruits and vegetables as well. So
so
make sure you're getting real cellular hydration by
okay.
eating more fruits and veggies too.
Okay, I really want to stay on this path. So GLP-1 quiets the food noise, right? That's the appetite suppressant, whatever you want to call it. You're not thinking about what am I going to eat next. You're not. What do I got in in the pantry? What do I have in the refrigerator? So it quiets the food noise. That is a big deal to quiet that down. And we're all different. Some of us have a lot of noise in our head about food, right? Some of us just love to eat because it's delicious, whatever it is.
Plan my whole day around it.
Yes. Okay. So that's that. GLP-2 is the gut, right? Are we going gut? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Gut
you're right.
microbiome,
Right.
feed the gut, help the gut,
All three,
all those
the
things, gut hormones.
GLP-2 and GLP-1, they are all incretin gut hormones. So when you're taking the salmon peptide, which is a bioactive peptide, so like I just taught you that peptides are a chain of amino acids. So it's a bioactive peptide with a ton of research on it. What it's going to do is it's going to trigger or send signals. It's going to awaken those incretin hormones in your gut, GLP-1, GLP-2, and GIP. So really, really important.
Yeah, and the GIP is
Someone's trying to get in.
is brain, right? Go ahead. There you go. Your technical tie.
I didn't want to mess it up.
So it's the gut brain connection. It's regulating what's going on. They're all working together. So there's
Insulin, glucose,
higher iron absorption, right? And by the way,
which is what gives the energy.
and peptides are proteins and protein based. Like so, what ours is also is collagen 1 and 3 type
Yep.
1 and 3.
So it helps your face.
Helps your face.
Actually helps you look better.
Helps your skin.
Helps your skin.
So now it's helping your skin instead of these GLP-1s out there where you look like droopy dog.
And it's healing your gut instead of hurting your gut. A lot of the needles and everything is targeting the pancreas and it's hurting those organs.
What
They're seeing a lot of that now.
It's regulating insulin. You got to remember, GLP-1 originally was for type 2 diabetes. That's why it was kind of created. So it is unreal what's going on. And word is getting out that we have this product and we're being asked now to speak all over the world on this product right now, like more than anything else we do, like by far. And so I'm sharing that with you because you want to help a lot of people, let them know about the salmon drops. Just let them know about these sushi grade salmon drops, what it's all about. It's coming from the cleanest salmon that we have found in the world. That's a whole nother thing, the whole partnership and the trips that we do to Norway. It's unbelievable. And so it's fantastic to see people reach their goals. It's creating metabolic energy. You're going to lose, you're going to start losing that weight. It could be in a couple weeks, but we have the clinical studies show at about 8 weeks is when it really starts going. If someone's a little heavier, a little extra on the fat side, they have more extra fat on their body,
Yeah.
it's happening even quicker. It's starting around 6 weeks. So at that 6 or that 8 week time frame, keep going because it gets better.
Yeah, some people are saying they're not losing any when they stand on the scale, but their clothes are
They're
fitting them
dropping
different.
clothes size. Yeah, they're
So
dropping sizes.
it's really good, which means they're maintaining muscle, and that's a
which
good
is
thing.
which is super cool. And so I just want you to understand that you have this product. It's at Culture for Good. It's right there for you. And to be very honest, and we have sold millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of bottles of Flow over the years and hundreds of millions of dollars right on this CBD stuff. This has already in the last month, we have never seen what's happened in the last month on any product that we've ever created and been involved with ever in our lifetime. It is ginormous.
And it's going
And
all over the world.
all over the
All over
world.
the world.
It's probably,
So tell everybody and anybody you can tell as fast as you can tell.
and there's different data out there, 60, 70, 80, 90 billion dollar industry. And it is wacky. So there's that.
Let me go back a little bit just so you know how to take it. So for me, I've been doing 5 to 10 drops in like mid-afternoon because in the morning, I don't need any help not eating. I'm really good in the morning. Where I fall off the map with my eating is at night once my day settles down and then I just want to like eat everything. And that's the absolute worst time to eat is at night, is after dark, period. Because back in the day, if you were living in a cave when it was dark, you're not eating. You're hunter gatherer. You're doing that in daylight hours. So we're not supposed to eat at night in general. So if you can help curb that and quiet the food noise, it's good to take a lot of extra drops in midday, like 2 o'clock. If you take it too close to evening, you're gonna get some energy and it might keep you awake at night. But that's what I found works good for me. And then other people are doing 10 drops a day and they're going through 3 bottles a month. That has been the ones that are really trying to lose a lot of fat. That has been what has been really consistent for them.
Well, and some people are taking less. Some people are like, I'm pretty lean, but I want to feel good. I like to keep
Yeah,
the
for
fat off.
healing.
And some people are doing 4 or 5 drops a day. It's just really up to you. Listen to your body, experiment with it. But that is, we're so grateful. We are so grateful that we have that. It's just so amazing what's happening with that product. So let's talk about one more product,
Yes,
right?
I'm
And
excited.
using our same patented extraction process. And it just hit the website.
Yeah, I don't even have any. I wanted to take some
I took it.
today.
I'm sorry.
You have some?
Well, not anymore.
I didn't think you even had any. Because when we're going to Arizona for Christmas, I'm like, I'm getting multiple bottles because we ship out of Arizona. So I'm like, man, I need
I
some
had
bottles of
some.
that.
Maybe I can find one.
So yeah. So he's just trying to anti-age,
Hey, man.
anti-age more than me.
Well,
But what we're talking about, if you're wondering what I want so bad, it's called soursop
there you
graviola.
go. Laura has it.
What? She already has it too?
Yeah.
I can't even believe this.
Well, we had some.
I haven't even gotten any. I'm like, I need
I
some.
kind of drank it.
And then the more I look at the research, like the research is crazy. I have like note after note after note. What I like is some of the names. It has so many fun names. I like one of the names is Anona muricata. I can't even say it. And then guanabana. I like saying
Hold
that
on a
too.
second.
I like saying the names. I'm going to memorize all these
Let me
names.
dive in
of
here
things
just for a
it's called.
second. So Ty and I were first exposed to this graviola, the soursop, I don't know, about 12 years ago, I think,
Yeah.
in Belize.
Who would have thought?
And so we have a special partnership with the largest growers of the soursop, the graviola.
Yeah. He perfected the fruit and the leaf.
So we have the largest farm in the world in Belize. And we'll all have to go down there sometime and check it. It's unreal. I mean, the process,
He spent millions and millions.
what they're doing And the gentleman who owns it lives here in Southern California, and we've gotten to meet and get together multiple times and talk and on and on and on. And but they're doing some really, really cool things. The way it's grown, when the leaves are trimmed or a certain way while they're young. It's just such a science to what they've
If
created.
you're familiar with like ceremonial green tea, which I love, like putting my kimono on, I'm not even kidding, and whisking a ceremonial green tea. I do that. I'm not kidding because for some reason I feel like it adds more magic to it. But there's something with the young leaves. And so this guy discovered the same magic with the graviola leaf. And not only did he discover the magic of picking them while they're young in the morning, even like
Yeah, in the
not
morning.
even at night, like it's not
Well,
even as it gets later in the day, it's morning
and
picking
and
of
then
these
they're
young leaves.
and then they're what they found. This is fact.
Yeah, I
This
was just
is
gonna say the same
science
thing.
fact.
I'm excited. I wanted to say it.
This is not Tylene woo woo.
No.
This is
Oh, I actually can
ah.
demonstrate. You tell it. I'm going to demonstrate it.
You're gonna demonstrate. What do you just got a piece of soursop fruit? This fruit could get like they're massive if you look them up. But what they use are these huge, huge grinding stones. And what they've done when they tested it, when
Look
the
at this.
when oh
It's
yeah,
basically a massive version of this. I believe it's granite, right? Is that what he
I think
said?
so yeah.
And so it has like this magic to it by itself.
Quit saying magic,
Well,
man. What's up with the magic?
yeah, it's the magic. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's
What are you,
because
a magician now?
no, it's so incredible. Or you could say it's blessed. It's just, it's out of this world. I don't know another description, but it's where the
Is it odd or is it God?
essence of it
Yeah.
lives. And so he found out when you take those leaves,
The test hive.
dry them and use them, if you do it away from doing it the way they did it for thousands of years, where they'd grind it in something like this, but really a massive one and probably better than the one I have.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. It's always cool when you can see how
Yielded more of the medicine.
right.
That's where I was going with that. It actually gives you more of the medicine. And so that's what we have is the leaves that were ground like that
You
and then extracted with our patented extraction
jump
process.
in.
It's mind blowing. I won't use magic.
So,
I'll be like,
all right. Have you never even used that word before?
I
Now
know, you call me a witch.
that's a
I'm
good.
from Massachusetts. I'm a good, I'm
Because
a,
you have a witchy poo laugh,
I
man.
do. I thought it was my nose.
Call you a witch. You're a witch. I don't say that.
Hey, at least now I know it's just my
You
left.
say.
He does say I look like
All right.
Lincoln from the side with
Listen.
my
Okay.
chin and
All
my
right.
nose.
Enough of that
You know,
nonsense.
you guys getting to know us too well.
But the point is that we've always said, leave Mother Nature alone. Nature has it correct, and it's not about trying to take one little thing from a certain thing and amplifying it and
Isolating it.
isolating it
It's
and
not
blah
about
blah
that.
blah. It's leaving nature alone and then figuring out it's just this mystery. It's this puzzle. So here we are 25 years later, whatever it is, and she's still where is she every single day? Every single day researching, whether it's 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours every day.
Well,
And then
today I was running around cleaning, hence
and
the
then
baseball cap. I
and then
got.
she acts like this. And so just so you know, she's not like this for this Zoom. This is a daily thing.
Well, the ones that know me on here know I'm a little
It's good.
I get excited
It's
about a
good
lot
thing
of
you
things.
don't drink coffee or
I
something.
know. I greet my cats like this in the morning
Yeah.
too.
All right. Anyways, so because you're on here, we always want to do something a little bit special for you guys.
Talk about all the things it does. Let's just
No, all right.
okay, just real quick because I don't want to forget all of our notes. So soursop, high antioxidant capacity. One of the biggest things that everyone, when you guys get off of this and say, "What the heck is this graviola, soursop, guana banana, whatever?"
Guana banana.
Yeah, I love that's my favorite one.
All
It's
right.
guana banana.
Okay.
So potent, and you're going to hear me correctly, but Google it because I didn't tell you this. You didn't hear it from me.
Well, the number one thing we
Potent anti-cancer
we didn't say that.
for apoptosis. But I'm even going to go one step further and tell you what ones have been researched. Breast cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic, and colon have been the most successful. Also inhibiting tumor growth. But the reason why is it has, which I don't even probably know how to say this, but acetogenins. Let's go with that.
You've said that before.
I know, but I'm tired today.
All right.
It was originally found in the West Indies, so like Jamaica, Aruba, Trinidad,
Jamaica,
Tobago, yeah,
Aruba.
Aruba. Yeah, that's true.
All right.
That's a good
Okay.
song. There you go. Central and South America, it likes a lot of moisture, so it likes humidity. It's going to be found and can grow well there. So if anybody is in Florida, grow some because any place like that's going to have it. I see Janet's on here. She's probably seen it in the Bahamas. But so what's cool about ours, so when you look at some of the research on there, and if you're like, well, I don't know if I should take it for whatever reason, going back to the patented extraction process is super, super safe because we're microdosing. So all of the research that you read, we're able to get that in a microdose, which also
Here,
makes it
well,
way safer
you have
than the doses that other people need, where it may be questionable. Like, is it going to do this or is it not going to do that? It's super safe and it's going to do a lot of these things. But so say you want to take it and you're like, okay, forget about the cancer stuff. It's going to create a calm feeling. It helps with your
yeah,
nerves. It helps with
stress.
stress, anxiety. That was the original reason that people that where it grew used it for. They also use it can be used as topical and ours as well. Think of it, it's very similar to like the CBD where you can use it topically and internally. So like two bottles for sure, like one for topical and one for internally. Asthma. Oh my gosh, when I was reading about that, that's mind blowing. The other thing that excited me was the bacterial and fungal. I
Yeah, that's
just
huge.
had someone
Huge.
with valley fever,
In
and that's
Arizona.
fungal in Arizona. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like, I really don't have anything that's specific to that. I have a lot of stuff, but I was like, man, I really wish I had that. And then when I read the research, I'm like, guess what? We have something for you. So I'm really, really excited about the bacterial and fungal aspect of graviola. And high blood pressure was the other one. And I'm sure there's a million
So,
others, but those are the ones I wrote down because I didn't want to forget to tell you how amazing it is.
so the soursop drops are again part of that same proprietary extraction, and just remember it's because the absorption is so high, right? It's you don't take it and hold it under your tongue. You just drop it on your tongue. It'll dissipate. It's going right in, which is fantastic. And so it's really kind of bypassing going through the whole digestive process because it's absorbing so quickly. So Ty created some educational, just kidding. She created a special coupon code for you guys. I think it's good for like 24 hours.
I know why. Because the code is graviola. And he's like, could you have made it any harder? I said, well, we're educating them. We want them to know how to spell it. We want them to know what it is. But the name of the product is Soursop Drops. But how to spell graviola is Graviola. And that's going to get you 20% off. Graviola.
And that's for like a day.
24 hours, unless one of you whines to me about it. Maybe I'll turn it on longer, but there's
Man,
a few people that are like, "Oh, I forgot." But anybody who's on here, I'm going to honor it for you because I appreciate you taking time out of your life to hang out with us. And I really, really do appreciate it because you guys are the catalyst to reaching hundreds and thousands of people. So don't hoard and hang on to this information. Please, please, please tell your children, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell anybody and everybody that'll listen to you. That's what I do. So
yes, she does.
please, please tell people. Anybody you
Oh,
play pickleball with,
just
tell
want
them.
you really want people to feel their best
Right.
and be as preventative as possible. And that's really what it's all about, you
Don't
know.
wait until your family members complain to you that they have something. The best time to fix it is now before they ever get it.
Truth.
I know. I'm fired up. All right. Love you
All
guys.
right. So yes, Tyler,
Oh, yeah. I didn't read any questions.
when
Read
we you
questions
were in
quick.
Belize when we were there, and we met this
It was
old
a taxi driver
it was an
that
older gentleman, and he took us. He goes, "We have to show you.
be late for the airport.
I got to show you this, and you need to know about it. You need it because he found out what we did and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Wow, this
He
is."
literally was like, "This stuff cures cancer." I'm like, "Yeah, everybody says that."
So he said that, not us. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else? We got to do anything?
So read the questions really quick because I didn't read any of them.
You're gonna answer questions.
Just real fast. Just go through and see if we
Couple
missed
questions.
anything.
Well, dude, I can't read all these. There's all kinds of
Better
food.
than me. I
That's
just don't want to miss anything if you guys needed me to answer something.
okay. Hold
Because I
please.
won't see you again for another month.
Hold a month.
January something.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Ginger. We need to make
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah, we
Is
need to do,
Ginger on here?
yeah,
Ginger, you need to put together a dream trip
yeah. Put a do
for
it.
for
Get a dream trip.
Norway and
Yeah, we need two
Belize.
trips.
Norway and Belize.
Um,
So if you guys want a discount on travel, message me. If you see Ginger, you can message her and say you're good friends with Tylene and you want the
well,
hookup.
it's not just about a discount. It's like you let
It's
them do you
everything.
let them do the whole
Oh
thing.
yeah, and they book it all for you. It makes you
That's
feel
what I like, man.
fancy and elaborate.
Hang out in the airport lounges.
Yeah.
All right, you
If
like
if we
that?
get there. If we
Yeah,
get there early
if we
enough.
get there. All right,
Hey, that's a
so
long sentence.
that's a
So,
lot. That's Dallas changed how I look at health. Yes,
oh, see, thank you, Dallas.
very very cool. Jason Rotator. Yeah, man. So
The
pro.
rotator cuff
Yeah, you're right. Pro Rotator,
and Tin
Proteo,
Man. Tin Man.
Proteo and Tin Man.
Yeah, because you
Um,
need the MSM, glucosamine, chondroitin with an enzyme delivery system.
Claudia, what is suggested to take after surgery to help with
You also
recovery
need to
muscle
rotate the
weakness?
shoulder though to get the blood flow in to deliver the proteolytic enzymes and to deliver the MSM, glucosamine, and chondroitin. If you don't move it, the blood flow is not going to get in there.
So let me see if I can get
And the
this.
same thing with spine. You want to move, you want to like open up your spine in order for disc repair or anything like that. Everything's about blood flow because the nutrients, whatever you're taking, can't get delivered if you're not moving that part. And a lot of times we don't move an area that hurts because it hurts, but if you have to move it enough to get blood flowing there. So move it a little bit and massage that area.
Claudia, message us because you got a lot of different scenarios here going on, like post surgery. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's proteolytic enzymes.
Proteo for sure.
Yep. Post surgery,
Um,
not before
but
surgery.
that's recovered. Yeah, after surgery, right? Because enzymes clean the blood, and the blood gets a little, it flows really well, and
Right.
they
So you
don't want
always want
that
to check
going.
your blood pressure and you don't want to bleed too much during surgery.
Muscle weakness, pain. Yeah. Send a message to info@cultureforgood.com and list everything out. And so we can give you a little more detailed response. Um, and then Margaret, are you asking how much to take a day? Is that, I don't know if that was about the enzymes.
Soursop.
I don't know. It could have been enzymes.
Oh, true.
Could have been
I
peptide.
know. Well, I didn't, I covered those, but I
All
didn't
right, let's
do
see.
soursop.
Yeah.
For right now, I do 4 to 8 drops, depending on what somebody's dealing with. Four just for maintenance,
Yeah. I
4 days.
mean, the sour sop, I think it's probably one of those products too that a lot of people are going to do like a few times, three, four times a week.
Well, I'm gonna say for if it's for the stuff I talked about in the beginning, uh, I would use it very similar to CBD. So I would do 10 drops a day if somebody's in that state of what I talked about earlier, where they have to do it in therapeutic dosages. So 10 drops a day would be a therapeutic dosage. 4 drops a day is maintenance.
Yeah. And see, Drew, I knew you were going to chime in here. It's on that granite. It's that ancient stone, man, of what they use. And yeah,
I'm telling you that
it's energizing it's
different.
energizing what's going on. And we don't want to get woo woo.
But that's the magic.
But we
That's
know, we've seen it, we
it
get it,
is.
we believe it, and we've been around all that stuff, and some of you haven't, and so I don't want you to say these guys are weirdos, man. But
But
it's the
in
real
their
deal.
case, it's science. They
And
literally
prove it.
just ground up the leaves regularly, and it didn't have the same medicinal property as it did being ground in the stone.
Man, I forget what the soursop tastes like to me. Oh, the peptide. Well, the
That's because you
peptide.
do all of
Maybe
them.
this was on peptide. So peptide, you guys. So we either have it unflavored and it's sushi grade salmon, or we extract ginger, right? And we put the organic ginger root in there through the same extraction process so the absorption is the
But
same.
also, ginger by itself is medicinal, so it's going to help with your stomach. It's also going to help with a thermogenic effect.
And Kathleen, you know what? I think we do have some bottles laying around if you want to order it, your daughter. And by the way, if you're allergic to seafood, this is
I was just going to
seafood.
say
It's
that.
hypoallergenic.
Yep.
Um,
Do you want me
we
to say why real quick?
Yeah, but I just want Kathleen to know we might have a bottle or a few bottles hanging around with peppermint because we did use peppermint.
I loved the peppermint. So,
And we
in my opinion, I'd like to put peppermint in it because I think we should just have peppermint and ginger and no plain. But you guys vote. Some people like the plain. But let me tell you why it's hypoallergenic. So there's a measurement called a Dalton, which is super, super tiny. I actually had a dog that was a tiny dog years ago that I named Dalton because I thought that was a great name for a tiny little dog. So the Daltons are so, so small in the peptide product that the body only recognizes it as a bioactive protein, as a protein. The body has no idea that that specific thing came from fish. So anyone that is allergic to fish can actually take that, and that is why.
Yeah, it's pretty, man, it's pretty fascinating. Yeah, look, I want to say something. This is not conspiracy guy, but look, CBD is silly. You can't get high and whatever. CBD forever up until the end of 2018 it was a scheduled as a drug like heroin, right?
Yeah, Schedule 1 drug.
It was insane. And so it always seems to be when you mess with pharma's money, it becomes problematic. And so it took forever to get, and now there's CBD's back in the whole news of what are they going to do with that and legal, not legal again. And it's legal still, but so GLP-1 is the same thing's going on with GLP-1, just so you know. There's tons of lawsuits after these pharmaceutical companies. And for people who are trying to do something a little more natural, they don't have what we have. They don't have the extraction we have in Norway. They don't have that clean fish, and they don't have our extraction we have in the United States. But you can't even, a lot of credit card processing companies, like with CBD, they won't even give you credit card processing now for GLP-1 peptides.
Yeah, so if you're going to post, just say bioactive peptides, say salmon
Well,
drops.
and even peptides because people are just,
Yeah, they're just
the
starting.
marketers come out to play, and that's just unfortunate. But
Any last minute questions?
I think
I
you're
am
good.
loving that you guys stuck on for
An
the
hour.
question part too. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. I think we try to keep these things where you're at. We appreciate you guys, like Ty said, and taking time and just hanging out with us.